Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero! Last time last time was weird. That was bizarre, as Shannon is literally just explaining it. We tried out the Xanadu, which is, it looks like to be a text adventure game that the Donald guy has been coding for a very long time with his partner, I've forgotten the name of. Amy? Yeah, I think Amy. And they've been reiterating on it for so long. I think it's like a message about indie development, on making your own games, something like that. Like, you can work on something for so long and it just becomes buggier and buggier, and yeah, that was his life's work, and it was a piece of crap, to put it bluntly. Anyway, we're gonna carry on, see where we're at. We're on Act 3, Scene 6, so goodness me, we're quite a far in. Anyway, Shannon. Bizarre. And that was a... And what was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. So now we need to go speak to good Donald. Alright, let's go speak to Donald. The guy with the Irish accent. I'm gonna do my best to try and give him an American accent here. Hi, I'm Donald. Hi, I'm Donald. There we go. Hi, I'm Donald. Yeah, I mean, I guess. There we go. There we go, that's Donald's voice. Okay. Jesus, this is a very weird place to be living. So, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Is that the end? The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. They're talking about the miners from the on-ramp. Pretty sure. They're talking about workers who sometimes we heard working songs, right? What were they working on? I shouldn't tell you about this. They're dangerous, they're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? We're looking for her now. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Lula is gone from here, but... Donald points across the cave with his pipe. Still in there. In Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway, but Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation. Until... But maybe... those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've sent many eager seconds to negotiate with them, to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines. Crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees, from rock to crystal and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. Gee, thanks, Donald. So are we going to meet the, like, ghosts of the miners? Where the strangers come from. Scene 7. This is cute. I mean, it's a graveyard. Not cute exactly, is it? We're not gonna meet, like, undead. Are they really gonna come out of this little house here? Am I supposed to be clicking something? Oh my god, they did. We just came out into the graveyard of the dead miners, I suppose. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. Worth a look inside, I guess. I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard. I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick. Oh yeah, just me and Shannon again. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm playing as Ezra and Junebug. Okay, let's talk to Junebug here. Find any lizards? One, but it went under a rock. Well, that's lizards for you. Why do you dress like a punk? A punk? Now, what's a punk dress like, kid? Can you tell me? I dress like Junebug, specifically. It sounds lonely. Not for us. You've just got to make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half foot shorter, and all gray, no eyes. They were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid around in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over. And we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring, and specifying. I feel like more like myself every day. I feel less like myself without my folks. Sure, some people are born into a family. Nothing wrong with that. Ezra, you are strange. Oh, what have they found? Conway, come on. Own it up. What have you found? There you are. What'd you find in there? It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. It doesn't matter. Right, okay, we got what we need. Right, okay, we got what we need. Let's go. Whoa, scene 8. Holy molies. Back to the Hole of the Mountain King. What did we get? What on earth did we get? Let's talk to Donald. I want to know what we got. Are we going back to Xanadu here? Singing softly. Trace an orbit round the road and close your eyes with holy dread, for we on mold and whiskey fed and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? They say you need to scrape the mold off the timing crystals. But the mold... Of course! Too much mold on the timing crystal would send the simulation adrift. Each moment lived out of sync. By all means, yes, clean the timing crystal. Alright, to the Xanadu. Hopefully this time it'll work nice. Let's clean the, let's clean the timing crystal. What was that sound? I can't wait to play an adventure game in an adventure game. This is a weird adventure game. It's like a walk and click simulator. With lots of weird characters that speak very meaningless, pretentious things. Do you see anything that looks like a timing crystal? Yeah, right there, behind the control panel. It's filthy. Right, we're supposed to scrape off this black moldy stuff. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. My god, scene 9. Xanadu. Alright, again, I'm not controlling this. I can't click anything. It's just gonna do its own thing. What is it? It's the degorser, I suppose. Oh, okay. Xanadu. Okay, it's displaying correctly this time. So I can degorse it if it becomes a bit distraught. At end of road. Oh. We found a house with a door. In this house, you find what you would not expect. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Check out the building. Conway, entering building. Enter building. Inside building. 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 Goddamn typos. That's the voice of the Xanadu, by the way, the whole, in this building you find. I think that'd be pretty exciting. You are inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There is a sensible, modern electric lantern nearby. Get the lantern. Get lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. North. In forest. This is a cool game. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? Oh, wait, can we climb a tree? Climb tree. I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Can we dig a hole? Dig a hole. You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze. Oh god. East? You're in forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she is doing. Hi, Donald. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. So she gives us a radio. West. West. You're in forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Maybe he has something to say. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his fingers along the index card he's been tapping on, from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech, and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punched cards. Let's go north. Oh. At edge of hole. At edge of hole. Whoa. That looks like the road 0. Route 0. Route 0. Goodness me. You are at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. Oh god, I think it's getting weird. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Yell into the hole first to see if there are pirates. Yell. I only understood you as far as wanting to yell. Yell, any pirates down there? No response. Sorry, kid, you're batting 0 today. At least we know there's no pirates. Go down into the hole. That seems pretty obvious. Down. The cave walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. You lose your footing and fall to your death. Shit. R.I.P. Your score was 0 out of a possible 8192. What? You may continue or quit. Continue. Jesus, what an awful score. Alright, shine the lamp into the hole? Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp into hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole where the rock is coated in a slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Try using the rope to climb down safely. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. In bed quilt. Oh! Have we just woken up from a dream? A bad dream? This doesn't look like a bed quilt. You are in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last strip, so everything's down here now. Say something back to her. Say something back. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive. Oh, that's a penis. Because the N is whiter than all of the other ones. Ask her where the treasure is. Ask Lula where the treasure is. Ha! If we knew that, we wouldn't have to set up down here. I know you think this environment will help our project, get us in touch with a deep romantic reverence for some kind of profound, natural spookiness, but I was more comfortable in our lab. The university picked the worst time to cut our funding. Typical institutional stinginess and academic politics. I mean, I felt like we were getting really close to something. Anyway, I don't know if it's sustainable down here, you know, to live and work here, together. What's the gear they're carrying? Ask Lula about gear. Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and then the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the proper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. Maybe if we help Lula, she'll have some more to tell us. Help Lula. Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color lead goes to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. Do you think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean. Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves to... Do you know, I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains. I mean, we might come across a petrified mollusk or a partial dinosaur footprint and we say, there was a point of contact here, where a body touched the earth and maybe there's a little bit of evidential garbage. But the life who owned that body never cared and has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. But suppose I should shine my lantern on one of these walls and I see a crude painting, thousands of years old. 2 men and a woman, charcoal and blood on rock. Someone put that there to keep someone on the rock. Something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment, a worry, maybe a regret. She made a painting to keep something alive for her. But like that dead mollusk and that itinerant dinosaur, she had to move on. Whatever it was is gone, and now we're looking at this painting. This dangling copy with no original. You're interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. In tunnels. This is a weird game that they made. Like, I would say too much dialogue, not enough gameplay. This Xanadu thing. I wasn't talking about Kentucky Route Zero. It's a weird game, isn't it? I mean, it's a game where all the dialogue kind of makes sense. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. How do you like all this, kid? There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that anyway. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. In crystal room. Crystal? Huh? Is that me? Conway, is that you? You are in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment, then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. Follow Lula. Run north. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourself cornered. You have hit a dead end. Who are they? Comfort her. Comfort Lula. You reassure Lula that the strangers are harmless. Are you sure? Maybe you're right. It sounds like they've gone back to work. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact, then we'll find our way back to the equipment. In bed quilt. Which is not a literal bed quilt, it's a kind of a passage. You are in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Lula is here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? She seems pretty scared. Reassure Lula. I know, but never mind, I don't want to think about it. I guess we should wait for Joseph here. This is where he'll go, right? May as well wait. Wait. Time passes. Lula nervously runs her hand along a vein in the cave wall. I guess we could wait for an hour or so. Wait for an hour. Time passes. A shifting, fluttering sound grows louder from one of the tunnels. What's that? Joseph? 5 disoriented bats stumble through your lantern light and off into an adjacent passage. Search for him. Search. I only just understood you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. With the equipment? Search equipment. The various computer and audio equipments cast angular shadows into the tunnel as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Back outside? Search outside. You grab hold of the rope and slowly climb up. Your days lecturing on esoteric computer science topics did not prepare you to scale cave walls with rope. Your evenings gathering with friends to roll dice and consult fancifully illustrated charts, however, have prepared you for the likelihood that this climb could end badly. You carefully descend back into the cave. Joseph emerges suddenly from one of the tunnels. That's damn sound, those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall, always turning left, turning every turn, and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here, and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there, lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage. They deliver mail, they go to work and go to church, but it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes, weird images that burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lula looks down at her feet. What's up with Lula? Ask Lula what is up. Nothing. Just, Joseph, you sound disturbed. Lula, you've heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Get him back on track. We're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something stupid at Joseph about the project you were working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. Tell him we can find somewhere to start a fire. Suggest finding somewhere safe to start a fire. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down the Zero. Whoa, don't let us leave here. Is here? Get Lula's attention. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. So it's like an origin story to why these people are down here. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Bearda had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. How do you mean? Wordy. Ha! I had a guy who came in a shop once with a bunch of old radios and computers and stuff. Real junk. I think we collected it going down alleys or something. Anyways, it was all broken. He asked me if I could get the tubes out and clean them up. The vacuum tubes. So I pulled every vacuum tube I could find and threw the rest out, and I went over them with some rubbing alcohol and cleaned the leads. I used some nail polish remover on the glass. I did a pretty good job. He came back in the next day and I laid it all out on a towel for him so he could check it out. I got the towel from my aunt Remedios. Remedios? What a weird name. And like everything with her, it's really kind of nice, you know? It's red and has this gold embroidery around the edges. I guess it was a little too nice. This guy got like all excited about the presentation, kind of circled it and observed each tube from a distance, moving his head around in a weird, quick bobs like a pigeon. And then he started just lecturing at nobody in particular about the history of vacuum tubes. He talked for about an hour. We went on a few dates, but nothing really came of it. Turns out it was kind of boring. Cute story, Shannon. Thanks. Hall of the Mountain King! Here it is. That's exactly where we are. So this is what came of their weird adventure. So they came from above ground. After what have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Xanadu. The end. Now it is the time to continue your work. Research assistance 0. Realism index 37%. Romance index 2%. Mold coverage 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistance to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. What? Assign assistance to a task. Assign. You currently have no available. Hire a new research. Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Andrew, who studies statistics. Assign. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Debugging. Assigning available research assistant to debugging. What is this game? Time passes. Andrew identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Now it is the time to continue your work. What are we doing? Alright, let's hire a few. Library sciences. Let's hire more. No new. Okay, let's assign. We'll put them on transcription. Oh my god. 2. No new applicants. Sleep. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Tunnel diameter as a function of length. Rick types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Greasy black mold is collected on the computer equipment. Now it is the time to continue your work. What the hell is this? Weaver. Oh my god, we got Weaver. Alright, speculation. 1. Oh, we'll put 1 person on everything. So one on debugging. And then 1 on transcription. That way we'll just like... Time passes. Rick widens tunnel slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Andrew carefully transcribes the sound of dripping water in all of the variations over a period of several hours. Weaver posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Intruders. Intruders! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, they emerge from your hiding place. Hours later, now is the time to continue your work. I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0. Right, so we're at 50%, 7% realism. Oh my god. Try to quit and start over. I don't want to start over. Let's hire a new... Studies fairy tales. What? You don't need that. Sleep. But neither the day. Now is the time to continue work. Oh my god. Okay, we got mold coverage. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's try to assign... I'm gonna assign all my assistants to debugging. 4! I'm gonna go sleep while they do all the work. So he fixes some weird math, adjustment, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Black mold is collecting. This doesn't seem to be helping. Wait, we're at 98% realism here. Assign, yeah, let's assign all 4 to speculation. Let's see if we can get any realism from that. Sleep. Good god. Andrew had ideas. Great, yep. Super. Wow, we fucking lost all that realism, really. So you know what? Try to quit and start over. I want to keep playing. Okay, come on, kid. We've got stuff to do. Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Quit game? Quit game. I only just understood you as far as wanting to quit. Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over. Eat the lamp! Eat lamp. Don't be ridiculous. Maybe we have to wait it out? Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Reacher's assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass, mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants make the burning, disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet narcotic perfume. One night that you have visitors, outsiders, different ones then. Later that night, an old friend. You really go deeper into the caves? Premature, end of file. Press any key to quit. Huh. Oh my god, are we done with Xanadu? That was the weirdest thing. I'm gonna write a review for his game. For Donald's game. And I'm gonna really burn it. Because I think it was shit. Donald, you did a terrible job. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here because this was a very long episode, wasn't it? It was just all Xanadu, really. But let's carry on with the next episode. Hopefully, it gets a little bit more interesting. I think we're quite close to the end, being on like a scene 10 here. As always, like and comment. I'll see you next time.